Okay, we're out at the street. This is your water meter right here, the electronic water meters. I mean, this is an electronic water meter, so it's very difficult to see if it's leaking or not. I've been watching it. See, it just cycles. Go back to zero. Back to zero. So, to the best of my determination, I cannot ascertain that there is a freshwater leak going into the structure. We're going to go around counterclockwise. I'm going to do a couple exterior videos because we have an outbuilding. Wood mulch next to the house, underneath the edge of the roof covering. That's considered conducive to wood destroying insects. The water drains this way, so pretty much I'm saying level because we got the yard comes in this way. So water obviously collects around this corner, but the drainage is okay right here. This is front exterior faucet, and none of the faucets have vacuum breakers to keep, like if you had the lawn sprinkler hose, the lawn hose, and you lost water pressure, there's nothing to keep anything outside from siphoning back into your drinkable water, potable water. We got 60 psi. That's a good thing. We're going to come back for that. Wooden fences next to the structure, that's conducive to wood destroying insects by design. There's a little bit of wood rot on that fence right there. Fences, this is not a WDI, this is not a wood destroying insect report. Anything I say about that is gratis. Fences also are beyond the scope of this inspection, but obviously this fence is showing signs of wear. Signs of wear all around here. This is why you want to watch the videos, because some of this stuff's not going to make the report. And this is why you want to read the report, is because I might change my mind about some of this stuff. Wood rot, all that right next to the house, that's conducive to wood destroying insects. Your gas meter, it should not be closer to the ground. The pot should not be closer to the ground than 6 inches. And then your gauge, the cover is missing off of that. So, and then any penetration that goes into the structure, like this plumbing right here, it should have a block. They're called mounting blocks because it's vinyl siding. Vinyl siding should have mounting blocks. What is this? Michelle here. Excellent. Thank you, Michelle. Okay. So this vinyl siding, and I believe it's on a roof illustration, but see how tight that is? That's too tight. It's supposed to be hung. So when it heats and cools, it doesn't warp, or shouldn't warp. And most of my inspection is performance-based. We get that. And so being performance-based, yeah, it's not warped here. So, but on the other hand, an earlier video, I believe it's going to be earlier in the, it is up there. It's warped up there, warped and loose, because it wasn't hung properly. And that goes for these luminaries up here. That goes for, that's your overflow drain right over the window right there. That overflow drain, if you got a problem with your air conditioning system, the downstairs air conditioning system, the upstairs doesn't have one of these drains. But the downstairs, if water's leaking out of that, you know you got a problem with the downstairs air conditioner and you need a technician to look at it. These are vents for your crawl space vents. Coming along, all this wood built next to the ground, conducive. Oh, we got doors. I wonder what that looks like. Hang on. Not special effects. Okay. There we go. Wood to ground contact, wood rot. Just, I'll get up underneath there with a flashlight and see if I can see anything scary. That's kind of scary in and of itself. Storm doors are beyond the scope of this inspection. They are. Oh, it's locked. Can I hear it? We'll come back and check that. There's another one. Exterior receptacle, exterior electric receptacle outlets. Hang on. Okay, they should have in-use covers. In-use covers. It's kind of like a bubble cover. It comes out so you can plug in your Christmas lights or whatever. You can plug stuff in, and it's still protected from the weather. As it is, this is protected from the weather, and then you open it, and then it's no longer protected from the weather. And that's a great example of why you should have mounting blocks. See all those gaps where the water can get behind there? And no GFCI on the side porch. I don't even remember. We're going back, revisit the front porch. I don't remember electric receptacle outlet being on the front porch. At one time, excuse me, at one time, this looked like it was an attic fan or some kind of fan. It's all pop riveted into place. I cannot open that without destroying it. So I don't know what that detail was. Maybe it was a skylight. Okay, wooden post. They should not be in direct contact with the cement or they rot like that. They're supposed to be elevated a little bit with stands installed underneath them to keep the water. It's the capillary action. And so the water wicks up off the cement up into this wood and causes it to rot like that. So that's a real good example of what not to do. Trees should not be within 25 feet of the structure. The root systems, the branches for that matter, can all wreak havoc to the foundation and as well as the roof. And this is another courtesy light, and the lens is, the little sensor is broken right there, the health zenith. And I'm not sure about that guy. We might be able to get him to turn on in a little bit. Over here, all this siding is loose. Okay, structure faces west. So this puts us, we're on the south side of the house. South side of the structure. And on the fireplace, this is kind of nice. We've got 2 fresh air, combustible air ducts. That's fine. And the foundation around here, by the way, it's the original house. Right about here, something starts going on. And then this is the slab foundation right in here. We'll talk about structural modifications more when we do the inside tour. Storm windows are beyond the scope of this inspection again. If they're broken, I'll call them to your attention. And then the single pane aluminum frame windows, they're obsolete. You probably get some use out of the storm windows. You might not have to change the windows immediately, but you should budget for that. Coming along here, this is the shed. Oh, that's plexiglass. This is the shed. Outbuilding, shop, excuse me. This is a gas port, but if you're putting a grill out here, it's going to melt all your vinyl siding. So I dissuade that. Another storm door, plenty of storm doors. Since this door now swings out, without this door it's not an issue. But since this door swings out, you're supposed to have a 36-inch landing pad here. So you can, what it is, you open that door, you're fine. You open this door and you just stumble, you fall out onto this pad on this back porch. And this back porch is soft, weak if you will, under my feet. I weigh 170 pounds and I'm moving it. And it was installed directly onto the ground, right on the ground like that. So that could have been better. We're going to talk about the electrical mechanicals. We're going to talk about them in a little more detail in another video. This is I'm assuming this is the downstairs condensing unit. Downstairs condensing unit. I'm assuming that's what it is. This is your electric service panel, and again, we should have mounting blocks on all of this. Mounting blocks, all this pookie. Moving on along, this is the clothes dryer vent. Now these posts are a little different. These posts are a little different because they're metal. So they can be in direct contact with the ground. And see the post over here on the patio deck? Okay, you see how close they are as compared to these? These are allowed to be further apart because they're metal, they're stronger, they're engineered to do that. I'm assuming that they're engineered to do that. I can't verify that, but that's usually the case. So this is not unusual because it's metal. That's not unusual because it's wood. Moving on along. This is the storage shed on the side of the house. Hang on. Still there? These are the main sewer cleanouts. Obviously they've scored this and brought it out. That's a good thing. This is the original siding. This is shiplap. This is what it looks like. This is the material that's behind your siding. We've got wood rot right here. You're probably going to see a lot of that behind your siding. If they're siding, they're hiding. Nobody just wakes up, hardly anybody wakes up one day bored and decides, let's put siding on our house. They were avoiding doing repair. Most likely, they were avoiding doing repairs like that. Coming along here, this is your clothes dryer vent that we saw outside. This is cloth tape. This is spontaneous combustion. This should all be removed. You can put metal tape on it. Metal tape is fine, but cloth tape is not acceptable. Then we have some refrigerant lines coming down here. Now on this, and I guess it's, actually this is like water piping. This is water piping coming down here. Okay. And this should be insulated. If this is insulated, why isn't this insulated? And then we have, these are electrical conduits coming through here. And we got a lot of corrosion on this guy. Both of these guys. A lot of corrosion on these electrical conduits. It's going to be about time to replace these. It just is. Everything has to get replaced every once in a while. My wife thinks I need to be replaced. Ha 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 ha. Okay, that's a conduit. And it's loose from the wall. I'm not sure what this water faucet is here. And from the stains underneath on the cement below it, it looks like it's water. It looks like it's water. I cannot find the water heater temperature pressure relief valve drain line. So I'm assuming that goes in the crawl space and properly terminates in the crawl space. And again, we don't have a block. We do not have a vacuum breaker. And if it was for the T&P drain line, then it shouldn't have been threaded. But I think that's water. See how this storm door comes out? See how the landing pad, see that? That's your 36 inches I'm talking about. This is the upstairs condensing unit. This fence would not be conducive because it doesn't come out to the ground. We have a drain right there. What are you two? Is that for the water heater? If it is, it shouldn't shoot straight out like that. I don't know what to call that just yet. I just don't. Rain gutters should not divert water. Should divert water farther away from the structure, and this is all level right here. So water just sits here. Then again, these are the posts that are in direct contact with the cement. This is what happens. There you go. Good picture. Rain gutter's too close. I'm not seeing drill holes. So far, I've not been able to ascertain or make any kind of a determination about whether this structure might have been treated for termites before. It'd be reasonable to assume, based on the age of the structure, but I might change my mind, but I can't tell. This trim is loose. We do not have the blocks. This is where we started.